Hey, welcome back. My name is Dino. This mini lecture is on cloud computing. The focus of it is on cloud computing, but more in terms of its application for educational purposes. First off, I'd like to talk about a quick definition for cloud. Cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous meaning everywhere at all times, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. Quote, it can be rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction. You're welcome for that definition. Thanks, Mellon Grants. For those of you who may not fully get this definition, I think I should have got a slightly more understandable one. It's basically it's an online resource that allows people to access it pretty much anytime, anywhere. And you can access various computing resources. In an educational setting, that would be, the content of the course, the videos, the audio, any writing, etc. And for those of you, for institutions and teachers specifically, the management of the course is done online and on the cloud. So for those, specifically for instructors, it's usually pretty easy to manage. So great, we have a definition. What are the actual advantages of that? Like you can take, you could probably figure out a few just from the description of what this model is. But I'll go into specific ones. One is you can have virtual classroom. So it's like a classroom, but it's online. This can help institutions, teachers, and students. First, for institutions, it can decrease costs for infrastructure because that's handled largely by the provider. And for onboarding regular teachers, again, there can be guides given out or actual trainers that can train your teachers to be able to use the service. Further, quote, you can collaborate with skilled trainers who work remotely and service cost-effective resources. So the trainers can teach the teachers, or you can think about trainers being the teachers of actual classes, and they can use cost-effective resources to teach, students. So the trainers can train other teachers or train, proper students. For teachers, they can, quote, create and deliver online courses to students anywhere, which was one of the best parts of having a virtual classroom. I've been lucky enough to have people from all around the world, so that's amazing. And finally, for students, one thing that can happen is virtual exams. They save time and expenses effectively. So instead of, schlepping to school and going to write an old exam, you can do them virtually, and it can save you some time and money and aggravation. In terms of access, for both instructors and students, they can access course content, applications, and data anytime, anywhere. So as long as you have a device and an internet connection, you should be able to access any of the course content or any of the various tools that are available on that learning management system. For students, they can enroll in the class and they can participate in various group activities like group discussion boards, Zoom classes, etc. Also, teachers can send students content across content on mobile devices so that students can easily learn even while on the go. So for those of you who want to maybe just take the subway in peace and quiet, no. You need to do homework there too. You're welcome for that. For costs, they can help both students and institutions or whoever the educational provider. Students can avoid expensive books and applications as these learning resources are available in the cloud. Open educational resources, OERs, are often incorporated in online classes as well. There's normally some kind of simple writing package like a Google Docs, so it's like a free or cheap application to be able to, for example, write an essay or write a response online. For institutional providers, like colleges, universities, high schools, K-8 environments, they can ease enrollment and assignment tracking, so students can enroll online, and whatever assignments they write can be tracked or submitted can be tracked. Also, for the institutions, you can do a pay-as-you-go, which makes it cost-effective. So you can maybe just have, like, say if you're starting out, you just want to have one course, you can just sort of set it up so you have that one course. And when it's done, you do not need the service anymore. In terms of security, institutions and students can use VPNs for ensuring data security, and there are various protocols to encrypt data and traffic. As well, content can easily be transferred to the users without compromising its integrity. So that's that connection between user and teacher, or student and teacher, is solid. And students can also protect their privacy by using a VPN. So that's both good for institutions, teachers, as well as students. I guess that's not both, all three. Scalability is another positive and advantage. That is the ability of the applications to match the growing or lowering number of users. So if you have a lot of students, very few, then it becomes more and more. Most learning management systems and most cloud computing providers can provide for that growing or diminishing use. This helps institutions to manage these peaks and traffic spikes. For example, as you'd imagine, if you have a lot of potential students, there's a lot of people signing up during registration, and a lot of people at that 11:59 on Friday night, that assignment deadline submission for a large class. A lot of people are hitting that submit button all pretty much at the same time, so they can deal with that. Conversely, these cloud computing providers can scale down instantly during the low activity period to prevent wastage of resources. So if there's multiple courses going on by a large service provider, they can deal with multiple courses. Agility for institutions, and by extension teachers and students, is also good. Quote, they can experiment faster and more frequently, can innovate to create better learning experiences for the students. So when I get feedback from students, I try to my best to incorporate it and make my courses even better so I can innovate in those ways. Also, quote, new tools and features can be developed, tested, and deployed in the applications to make them better than before. As a result, again, over time, you can see what new tools and features are offered by a learning management system. You can try them out and incorporate them and make your pedagogy for the instructor and the learning experience for students better and better. For reach, cloud computing is great for students, especially if you're in a remote area. You can explore, quote, the concept of online education. This works wonders for students who want to opt for remote learning or even pursue courses overseas. Depending on the institution you attend, a lot of them offer courses to anyone across the globe. So that's an amazing thing for students to be able to go to meet students from across the world. It's also great for people who are like me who teach. It's also great for working professionals who are really busy with professional work and maybe a family life and just a busy personal life, who cannot, quote, attend credential classes but want to upgrade their skills, can also take virtual classes. So it helps students and working professionals, which is fantastic. It lets people do things they wouldn't be able to do otherwise, which is an amazing thing. Finally, in terms of hardware, institutions have minimal hardware requirements, and applications, quote, operate seamlessly on internet browsers, both on desktops and mobile devices. As a result, if you have a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, a phone, so many learning management systems allow really old devices to be able to access this content, which is fantastic. So you don't need the newest and shiniest computer, so that's great. So that's great for institutions who may be stretched for their budgets, and it's also good for students, especially those who, quote, learn with the mobile phone. No need to invest in an expensive computer for taking the course, so you can even participate through mobile phone. It can be a little bit tricky for typing, as you probably guessed, but for some week-to-week work, it can be great. And also, quote, you do not require external storage devices because they get access to free cloud-based storage. As a result, there's one less cost for students, which is always something that's great. That was cloud computing. Please feel free to like this video. Please feel free to comment. Do you like the increased access? Do you like the lowered cost? Do you like the ability to commune with students from across the world? Do you like the ability to be able to access your data and participate whenever you want? Are you a working professional who is busy and doesn't have time to attend a traditional class? How has cloud computing and online classes helped your life? Are there any advantages to cloud computing and online education? Does it take away from the face-to-face communities that you may be used to from traditional learning? Finally, please feel free to subscribe to this channel if you like this type of content. As always, thanks for watching. Take care.